I've been playing golf for over 40 years, but what would happen if I just started all over again? On today's episode, I'm gonna show you what I would do, what I would buy, what my practice plan would be, what my goals would be. Let's get into it. Now, if I was starting from scratch, I wouldn't want to spend a ton of money getting into something I wasn't so sure about. So I want to do this on a budget. So we're going to start at places like Sam's Club, Costco, Target, and used golf stores. See if we can build the perfect bag, get the right equipment, and get suited up. It's a rainy day here in Tampa. My son and I are going to go for a ride.
All right, so we're off to our first stop here, and here's the list. These are going to be the items that we're looking to shop for. These are the bare essentials, really, if you're getting started playing golf for the first time. And we may find some other things that would be nice to have, some luxuries, but this is going to be our core items that we're shopping for. Let's go. So Costco surprisingly has golf clubs, a great selection, which you can find both in-store as well as online. They've also got the best quality to value ratio when it comes to golf gloves, so I'm definitely getting some golf gloves there, and we'll see what else they've got. All right, we are here in Costco, and there's a couple of really great deals here. First, golf bags, $124, and this is a really high quality Sun Mountain bag. It's actually assembled here in the United States. I use a Sun Mountain, really good stuff. Now there's another deal that you really cannot miss if you're in Costco, and that's gonna be the golf gloves. This is 100% Cabretta leather, a 4-pack of gloves, and we're talking $22.99. That's as good as it gets. These things are great, and they've got all different sizes here. I'm an extra large, but they go all the way down to small. Now, Costco makes a great putter and some great wedges, which are fantastic value, but if you want to go the easy route and get a full set of clubs, you really can't do better than the Costco Callaway Edge set. This is $539. It actually used to be $499 in store, but it's gone up in price. This is the slightly updated model, but I think the only thing that's changed is the colors. But this is going to come with a driver, nice 10.5 degree driver. You're going to get a 3-wood. You're going to get a hybrid. This is a 5 hybrid. Then you're going to get 6 through sand wedge and a nice white hot Odyssey putter. So great value, $549. You could pretty much be done, and you've got a decent set of golf clubs. But I think we can do better if we check out another store, which we're going to hit after this. Now, while I'm here at Costco, there's a few other things I've got to get. Nice. It's bigger than you are. I could use some razors as well, and this is a fantastic deal on probably the best razor out there. Harry's Chrome Edition. Look at this, your 8th shave is as smooth as your first. You've got a chrome handle, you've got 13 cartridges, and you've got a travel blade cover. These aren't just any blades either. We got German blades. They have a lubricating strip, ergonomic, no slip grip, a weighted metal handle, and that's a pretty incredible deal there for pretty much the Rolls Royce of razors. All right, those are coming. And yes, Harry's is sponsoring this video. I love the product. The unboxing experience is incredible. Everything's neatly organized, high quality components. As you know, I take a lot of golf trips, and this is the perfect kit for traveling with because the razors come neatly packed. And my favorite thing of them all is this little handy travel cover to keep the blades protected. Harry's shave is a close one, and it's a comfortable one. Love this product. Check them out next time you're in Costco. All right, we're at our next stop, Target here. This is where I'm gonna see if I can pick up some tees. Again, we'll look at gloves, balls, see what they've got. Now, Target used to be a treasure trove of golf stuff, but this is kind of sad. It's really sad, in fact. I mean, Vice Golf is selling their balls now for $37.99. Not a great deal. I mean, used to be able to get these for $24 a dozen. These could be good for warming up potentially, and we can do better in terms of golf gloves. The selection here is really bad, actually. I don't know if it's because of the time of year, but it's sad. One thing you should never buy is these refurbed balls. A lot of beginners make this mistake. They think, oh, I'm gonna get a dozen Pro V1s for $26.99. Well, these are all repainted, okay? And some of these aren't even Titleist balls, believe it or not. And the ones that are Titleist balls have probably been sitting in a lake for who knows how long, 3 months, maybe a year before they got pulled out and then just repainted. So never, 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 never buy these. Please do me a favor. Also, do me another favor and never buy these. They are not long and they are not soft. $40 for this mat? That's like a joke. My
son found the Nintendo section. This could be an expensive trip after all.
It will be. Definitely.
But look at this, they've got golf. It's probably not too realistic, but
Something.
there's something. This brand In Motion is actually a decent golf pant. They're relatively cheap too. I mean, 40 bucks honestly isn't too bad. I paid 70, 80 probably for the big brands. But this one is pretty good. And look at all the different colors they've got. Goodfellow. Ooh, pretty stylish. Nice striping. This material is good because it's pretty sure it's like moisture wicking. Quick dry, odor resistant. That's covers all the bases. All right, so apparel might be a reason to go to Target, but other than that, I'd say we really struck out. And I'm kind of shocked at the pricing there. Really high. We can do a lot better. Let's get to the next place. Loaded up, mom's stuff. We got some groceries at least.
That's something.
Something.
Next stop is going to be Global Golf Outlet. So if you remember, I used to love Edwin Watts. They shut down our local Edwin Watts here in Tampa, but they reopened something even better a few months ago, and it's an outlet. So you don't always need to have the latest and greatest, especially when you're beginning. I would highly recommend you maybe get into something that's a couple model years older, and this is exactly what these guys specialize in. So we're gonna see what they've got, see if there's any deals. Hopefully we do a little bit better than we did there at Target.
$9.99.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
steal.
something Mr. Wade would wear. Zero friction.
Green balls.
What is that? Whose face is that?
Oh,
These are balls people probably like ordered them and then didn't get them, so you get any kind of random logo on there. That's cool.
oh, Dad, look.
Green Bay. Any Green Bay fans in the house? Oh, it's a classic. Tiger Woods. $199 Titleist bag? That's a deal. Tour bags here. That's a tour bag. How much is this thing? This is beautiful. $3.19. Oh my goodness. I mean, for a beginner, this place is probably going to overwhelm you, but let's stick to the basics here. We need a driver. We need maybe one other wood, something like a 5 wood, maybe a 3 hybrid. We'll get a set of irons, and we need one wedge. You don't need a lot of wedges. I think, again, people make a mistake trying to hit a 60-degree wedge when they just get started. Very tough club to hit. So we're just going to find one nice sand wedge, something to get us out of the bunkers, and something we can learn on. These are a couple of great drivers. I had an Epic. What are these things going for? $148. That's a considerable discount off of what I bought it for. I think $3.99 it was new, I want to say. I had this driver too, the Rogue. This is actually the triple diamond right here, which highly recommend you beginners do not get a triple diamond, but the Max would be a good model. And that is $287. So about, again, half price what I paid for this thing. Oh my gosh, my son just found this.
And look.
Barstool Sports One Bite Pizza review. That's really funny. Another club I had. A little high on that one, I'd say. I think we could do better. Still 2. Again, another driver I had. What are we talking for this? $369. Yeah, so I'd definitely do that over the Sim 2. So if you got a little extra budget, this is a fantastic driver. In the TaylorMade line, though, you could go back even to the M4 and 5, I would say, and still have a really capable driver. That's looking a little better, 184. I think of all the drivers in here, I'd probably be leaning towards Ping. They're just the most forgiving. You can go all the way down to the G400, and for $259, Ping always hold their value. You really can't go wrong with a Ping. And when you're ready to move on from it, you're gonna get most of your money back when you resell it. So that's gonna be my pick for driver. Next thing we're gonna need is a 3 wood. M4, really good option. $139 there. We got some more used options there. That's probably what I'm going here. Sim Max D. Gonna be nice and forgiving. Pretty deep face there. You know I love me my Mizunos, but these are not gonna be easy enough for people to hit. Certainly not MP20 blades. You wanna stay away from blades. They look beautiful, but that is not gonna help you as a beginner. We need something quite a bit more forgiving. A little bit more like this. This is gonna be a nice club, Tour Edge C522. So you want something that's going to be nice and big. You're going to want a thicker top line like this. You're going to want offset. That's that little angle coming down from the shaft and kind of heading that way. This is going to be a much more forgiving club for a beginner, and this is pretty good value here. $454, brand new. It's still in the wrapping. That would be a big contender for me for sure. Paradigm is another great club if you want something that's about a year old.
This is fantastic. It's going to be a little bit more expensive there. You're going to need the budget for this, but this is a club that's going to last you a very long time as well, $829. As a beginner, starting out regular shaft rather than a stiff shaft, more likely than not is going to be the one for you, unless you're a younger person. This would be another good set of forgiving irons here, these Ping G410s. A little higher, because Ping resale value is really good, but that would be an option there. Ooh, that's a Ping Heffler, I think. You got good taste, Lucas. Ping Heffler, Tomcat.
Is that good?
That's great.
A
209.
little busted though.
Yeah, it's a little older.
Oh, look at this.
Classic Ping Answer. This is a great putter to get started with. 119 bucks. That's pretty much new. The old Scotty Cameron section. As a beginner, I'd probably steer clear of this unless you want to impress somebody. It's a little high. I mean, I think we can do a lot better.
It's a tour club.
Yeah, it's a tour club?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was nice. 119. Another classic putter is going to be your 2-ball Odyssey. I mean, for $95, it's not bad. That's a pretty good option right there, I'd say. Triple track.
Ooh, Dad, that's an Odyssey.
So I think for me, as a beginner, I'd be going Odyssey here. When you're searching for used clubs, you do want to find something with a nice grip. You can see some of these are kind of worn down. This would probably be my pick. 99 bucks, decent grip on it. 2-ball, going to be a forgiving putter. It's going to be a great little starter putter for you. And yeah, they do have lefty clubs here. You're not a lefty. We're in wedge world here. There's some Adele. That's a nice club. But that's going to be more for a player. You want something that's got a lot of bounce, okay? That's an absolute classic right there.
That's a nice one.
Another good design here, again, big wide sole, is this high toe. It's got a nice big thick face. Again, a little high price, maybe you could do a little bit better. All right, this is what I'm probably going with. I think it's a good combination of, again, forgiveness, but not too forgiving, so that you can actually learn. And price, $44.99, decent price, nice big face. That's probably my pick right there for a beginner. All right, something else you're probably gonna want as a beginner is gonna be a ball retriever. This one might be a little high, but 30 bucks, it'll certainly pay for itself very soon, as you can extend that and pick up all those balls you get in the water. It's going to be a lot when you first get started, which is why you need some cheap balls. Another tool that's handy to have is going to be a club brush. $7.99, I would definitely grab that. When your grooves are clean, you're going to have more consistent shots. You're going to have better spin. It makes a big difference. So get one of these guys. You can have a cheaper option here. Maybe you start out here, $4.99. We'll take that one. Echo's the brand I wear most often. I think they're just so incredibly comfortable. That's going to be a great spikeless option there, especially if you do more walking. If you're not riding in a cart but you're walking, this might be a better style of shoe for you. Echo makes a great comfortable shoe, and the spikeless is going to work just a little bit better when you're on your feet for so long. I mean, if we're going low budget, this is probably going to be my pick here. Skechers, these are probably the most comfortable shoes. May not be the most stylish brand, but they actually do look pretty darn nice, and for 69 bucks, you're not going to beat that, I don't think.
Now we do need some golf balls, and for this I'm going to Amazon online. For $30 a dozen or less, you can pick up the Legato golf balls, the same golf balls I play. These things are as good as anything on the market. That's twice the price.
Now that we've got all the gear that we need, the next thing I would want to do is get a lesson. You don't want to just go out there and start hitting balls. You want to learn the basics, including how to grip the club, how to stand properly when you address the ball, where to put the ball in your stance, how to keep that left arm straight, how to get your torso moving in the right direction, how to use your big muscles and your legs and all the parts of your body. That's going to set the foundation for building good habits and enjoying golf for a long time to come. Now that we're feeling somewhat comfortable, and I do emphasize the somewhat because you won't be comfortable when you start, the next thing I would do if I was starting from scratch would not be to do what a lot of newbies do and just go out to the driving range and blast balls. See, I would start with the part of the game where you're going to actually spend the most amount of strokes on a golf course, and that is the short game. I would be practicing putting, chipping, pitch shots, all the little shots around the green religiously, and I would do that 2 days a week for at least the first couple of months. Once I felt comfortable with my short game, then I would graduate to the range. And this is where you want to start using all of the different clubs in your bag. You also want to get in a good habit of getting loose and stretching out before you started hitting balls. Now, once I felt comfortable on the driving range, it would be time for me to graduate to yet another level, and that is to actually hit a golf course. Now, what most people would naturally do would be to start from the first tee box, and I think that is actually a huge mistake. Just like we practice the game in golf starting with the short game, we want to go out on the golf course and use the short game to the best of our abilities before we work our way back to that tee box. This is a philosophy called Operation 36 that teaches young people and adults who are getting into the game to learn the game of golf from the short game. It's a great way to learn the game and to have fun and build your skills without pulling your hair out. The goal of Operation 36 is very easy: to shoot 36 for 9 holes. Now, there is no one on earth that could go to the first tee, whether you're playing the white tees, the red tees, any of the tees, and do that. But you can do that from 25 yards out. And that's where I'd recommend you start playing golf, from 25 yards out. Hit a chip shot, get it onto the green. Hopefully you can putt it within 3 more strokes and you've got yourself a par. Once you master it and you shoot that 36, then it's time for you to move back to 50 yards. Do the same thing. See if you can shoot even par from 50 yards out. Once you've done that, move back to 100 yards. Once you can do that, then move back to the tee boxes and actually play your first round of golf. The other thing I would do if I was starting out would be not to play in the morning. The morning time on any golf course is the busiest time, and it's when the most advanced golfers are usually out there. Even to this day, I love to be the last tee time out because I love to watch the sunset as I'm coming into the clubhouse. I also love the nature and the wildlife that kind of comes alive at golden hour. And I love the fact that there's no one behind me, because it can be so nerve-wracking as an amateur to be playing and being rushed along and felt like people are breathing down your neck as you're maybe hitting shots right or left or topping it or whatever you're doing in the beginning. But if you've got time behind you, you can really relax and enjoy the game of golf, and that's what golf is all about. Now, how long would that process take, you might be asking? I would say for most people it will take 2 years, but if you're really athletic, maybe you're a former baseball or basketball player, or you just have some natural athletic talent, and you've got the drive and determination to practice a couple of times a day, I think this could be done in 1 year or 1 season if you live up north. But again, you'd have to really dedicate your time. 2 years is what it's going to take for most people, but after that 2 years, this is when we would move on to the next step, which is to actually enter a competition. And I would not start with the club championship. I would start with something a bit more casual. Maybe a charity scramble on a Monday would be the perfect way to get a little taste of competition, but not have all that pressure on you. In a scramble, you're playing with 3 other players, you're choosing the best ball. There's usually some drinking and some fun happening on the course as well. As you improve, you can start to add technology. You can see I'm standing in a simulator bay. Having something like this will certainly speed you up, but it is not necessary to get started. But once you've got your feet underneath you, you may want to start thinking about things like a rangefinder so you can really start to hone in your distances, or a GPS watch so again you know how far you hit every club in your bag. Now, throughout this entire process, and again it's probably going to take most people 2 or even 3 years to get here, when needed, highly recommend it if you're really struggling with a certain part of your game that you get a lesson when needed. And if you can do this in 2 or 3 years time, you're going to have a game that you can play for the rest of your life. It's the greatest, most rewarding game on earth. It's why I've created this YouTube channel and I've devoted my entire life to it. So that's it. That's how I would get started if I was starting golf all over again. What would you do? I would love to know down in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with, what you would do differently. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun for me to make. Do hit subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next edition of Let's Play Through.